In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful, my dear friends, look, all the time we people are interacting with other people on a daily basis, and we do have to make the relationships, we do have to carry on the relationships. Some of these relationships are just the relationship of a friend, another that of the professional career, business, still another the romantic one. Now, these people with whom we are interacting with whom we do develop the relationship, these people are not of the same sort, they are not of the same type. Some of these people are sincere, some of these people think win win, and they're not dishonest in their relationships at all, while another some of these are quite dishonest. They are manipulators and exploiters. They don't think win. Rather, they try to manipulate and exploit. They are not fair minded at all. Now, if at all we are interacting with an honest person, I think that that's the right way. Simply, we need to do it in a right manner. We need to do it in a right manner. We need to do it in a sensible and intelligent manner. But if at all a person is not honest, if a person is thinking, thinking of manipulation and exploitation, this actually means that our relationship is not going to be a fruitful one at all. This means that we will be manipulated and exploited, we will be cheated, and later on we will be quite frustrated about this relationship, and then we will start thinking that I shouldn't have made this relationship at all. I should have kept myself away from this person, as this person is quite a dishonest one. This person is not a nice person at all. So I think this is the sort of situation. Now, what about these dishonest people? Can we know them from the very beginning? And if at all we do succeed in knowing them, it actually means that we will be able to keep ourselves away from the trouble, from many of the troubles, from many of the problems, and that is really important. That is really important. Today we are going to talk about if at all there is any way to understand these people in the beginning, so that if at all we do find them a dishonest person, we do find them a manipulator and exploiter, then we shall be able to keep ourselves away from those people. We shall be able to protect ourselves from the manipulation and from the exploitation of that particular person. My dear friends and fellows, look, now they are like always we have chosen a beautiful article on the subject as well. This very beautiful article has been authored by Alexandera Plesa. She is a well-known researcher and author, and the name of her article is if you notice these 13 signs, if you notice these 13 signs, you are dealing with a master manipulator. You are dealing with a master manipulator. So let's look upon those 13 signs, which one by one. First of all, the author says, your expectations feel too high. Your he she takes your expectation too high. Mean will try to convince and motivate you. Will try to tell you that I am very much sincere. I love you a lot. I respect you a lot, and I am ready to do anything and everything else for you. Or they will like to tell you that I am a very well connected person, I'm a very influential person, I'm a very intelligent person, and I can help you solve your problem quite easily. So that is how they take your expectations too high. Number one. Number two, you are always apologizing for something. Something mean you might not have done something wrong at all, but you are seen apologizing. Why? Because they want you to do that. Why do they want you to do that? Because they want to deprive you of the kind of confidence. They want to deprive you of the kind of confidence you people are having. And number three, you doubt your collection of events. You doubt your collection of events. They trust the they twist the facts to the point where you doubt your own recollection of events. You doubt your recollection. You doubt your recollection of events. You doubt your recollection of events. So that is really mean they I will tell you that whatever you remember, your memory is not right on at all. Rather, I'm going to tell you what did actually happen at that particular point. This also means that people are going to make you feel inferior. They are going to make you feel much lesser intelligent, and so that you are more prepared to rely upon them, to trust upon them. And that was you know the fourth sign. They don't take responsibility for their actions. They don't take responsibility for their actions. You know, they are irresponsible people, and they are likely to shift the responsibility. They are likely to shift the responsibility of their bad deeds upon either you or upon anyone else. They don't want to take the responsibility, and this is a danger sign indeed. And a person like that one must not be amongst our friends at all. The fifth is they don't keep promises. Yes, they don't keep promises at all. You know, they are seen, even sometimes the promises are not a very big one. These are rather small, but they don't keep their promises. They are so easy to break their promises, and they don't fulfill their promises at all. I think we should keep an eye upon these people. The sixth is you cannot be 100% around them. You cannot be 100% around them. You have to walk on the eggshells around them, because you have to be extra careful and extra cautious, because they will criticize you. And to be able to avoid the criticism from those people, to be able to avoid the objections from those people, it will be incumbent to become very, very careful and cautious. And the seventh is the relationship is one sided. Mean the relationship is one sided in the sense that they want you to make all the sacrifices, to make most of the sacrifices needed to make and to carry on this relationship. And that relationship is highly imbalanced and in favor of one party. And now the eighth is your self-worth plummets. Your self-worth plummets. Identifying your insecurities. They try to know how to push your button. You feel unworthy. So they try to know they try to know your control system, and then they like to try to hijack your control system. That is the trouble with them. That is mean you feel much less worthy, and you feel much less confident. And that is their technique or their strategy to cheat and to loot. They try to know how to push your buttons. You feel unworthy. Now the ninth is they play down. As for the 8 point, we need to re-emphasize your self-worth plummets. Your self-worth plummet. That is the most important thing ever. Whatever we do possess, it is much more material, more important than anything else as far our self-worth is concerned. Now the ninth is they play down your achievements. They play down your achievements. They don't want you to become too confident. They play down your achievements. They will try to minimize and diminish your achievements, so that you don't feel much confident. If at all you are confident, this is something bad for them. They don't want you to become a confident person at all. They do want you to lose the confidence. I think that is also a sign of those who are manipulators and exploiters. Now there is a tenth. Their problem are always worse. If at all you go to them and you do tell them that this is my problem, they will be presenting in front of you even a bigger problem of their own. So in that context, I think it is really, really important that to stay away from them, and their problems are always worse. You are distancing yourself from your loved ones. You are distancing yourself from your loved ones. That is also their stratagem. Mean they don't want you to be with your loved ones. That is the trouble, and I believe that anyone and everyone else who is trying to distance, who is trying to increase the distance between you and your loved one, that particular person is never ever sincere with you. So it is very important to stay away from those people. And now the 12th sign of those manipulators and exploiters is they play mind games. If you really, they play mind games. What are those mind games? They will say that if you really loved me, you would have done this thing for me. You would have done that thing for me. So mean they want you to make sacrifices for them. That is also a major sign of a manipulator and exploiter. Now the last and the 13th is you question your own sanity. You question your own sanity. They don't want you to trust your own mind, to trust your own decision, to trust your own attitude, to trust your own choices. They don't want you to do that. So they will make you feel more and more weak. And if at all you are a very weak person, the more weak you are mentally, the easier it would be for them to take control of you and to exploit you and to manipulate you and to deprive you and to deprive you. That is something really a highest, one of the highest kind of dishonesty. So I think that these are the 13 signs of the master manipulator, and one person will not be carrying all of those signs, but one person will be carrying several of these points. So I think we need to we can identify the master manipulator on the one hand, and then we do need to stay away from them, because once we do identify them, it's easy for us to stay away from all those people. Thank you.